Which player do you think, if they do play, has the most potential tonight?
I think it's Brayden Point. I mean, the other guys will work against the Rangers if they're out, but I mean, it's amazing that Tampa Bay, since Point went down, is somehow 7-2, dating back to Game 7 against the Toronto Maple Leafs, where of course they were able to withstand his injury. But Brayden Point is a game breaker. He's their best closer. If he comes back in this series, I just don't see the Rangers winning it. That's how I've felt all along. It would be a bonus, like John Cooper said, if he does appear in this series. Brayden Point has the most goals of any player in the NHL postseason over the past 3 playoffs combined. So there's your answer. Pretty a lot of conviction there, right?
Yeah, I mean, AJ, what do you think? Which one would you be quick to put in your DFS lineups?
Pete's right on again. I mean, it's absolutely Brayden Point. Now, I will say I feel the least confident about him playing. John Cooper's comments were pretty vague earlier in the week, and I would expect more a Game 6 or Game 7. But whenever he's in, he is the biggest DFS pump up value of all 3 of those guys. Of the 2 Rangers, it's got to be Strome. He'll have the bigger DFS impact over Hedl here. Second line guy for them when available. He's averaging over 3 minutes of power play ice time during the playoffs. So of those 2, Strome should have the bigger impact. But if all 3 guys are playing, Brayden Point for sure.
I mean, Paul, can you make a case here for Strome or Hedl?
No, listen, let's be reminded that Point is the top point getter for the 2 cup runs that this team enjoyed. That's what they're missing. If they can get him back, that's a hell of a boost to this lineup. Certainly, you got to look at the other side and say, if they're missing one or both of their second and third line centers, that means, of course, the pressure's on Goodrow to deliver the goods. And he's not been used to that role. So a lot of pressure on the New York side of things, whereas Tampa can say, we've come this far without arguably our most important offensive piece over the last 3 playoff seasons.